Oh, whoa. Sorry guys, I just realized I was live. I didn't realize that. I thought I had the test thing going, but whoops, I just realized I was live. Sorry about that. I was adjusting some icons and everything to try to get it all lined up. Sorry guys, I thought I had that going behind the scenes, but I guess I'm live. So hey guys, how's everybody doing? And thank you for everyone's support the past couple days and with the latest video. And yeah, so I had originally planned to do a 7,000 live or 7,000 subscriber special, but while I was planning that, I hit 8,000, as you can see at the bottom. So guys, thank you for everything so far, and let's hope that it keeps going and we keep going strong as I've planned. And I was invited by Random Call Sign to join one of his servers. He's sort of doing a cruising server at the moment, so let's just have a little fun to start. And thank you, Michael, for subscribing, and we'll go online. He told me to just search for Random Call Sign. And if you guys don't know who Random Call Sign is, A, who the heck are you? And B, he's a great YouTuber. Definitely enjoy his things. So I recommend you guys check it out. And wow, not many cars available. So let's just go with the E92 M3. We'll just go with that. And I'm currently driving with Fanatic Club Sport Wheel V2.5 with the Universal Hub and the Forza Motorsport Rim. I'm using Club Sport Shifters Sequential version 2.5. I am also using Club Sport pedals for now. And thank you. Oh, mic is very low. Oh, wow. Sorry. Hold on a second. It's going to get louder. Okay, this should be a bit better for you. It's a little high. I apologize if it sounds like it's a little windy. It's around 90 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So, and since I work out of a studio in the garage, it gets toasty in here. So I just have a fan blowing. So yeah, just working on that. Let's get the desktop audio going. Thank you, Daniel Gomez, for subscribing, even though you might not be seeing it. You might be in the other video. So, hold on a second. I want to turn off display capture, because if you have display capture running on Assetto Corsa, it will cause stuttering. So I turn off display capture, shrink this a bit, and that usually gets good performance. So let's do some cruising. And if you want to join the server, it is Random Call Sign's server at Lake Louise Loop. You can go to his channel. There's a link to the download, so you can find that. So let's get started. And this is just cruising, having fun. Thank you, Evil Angel, for subscribing. Lake Louise Loop has been around for a while. I think even since early access days. It was one of the first modded tracks, and it's a fun track. It's basically like a country road around a lake. It's not the best looking, but it's a super fun track. I haven't driven this in so long though, so I'm trying to just remember everything. There was this right-hander. And also, when I drove this track before, it was relatively early in development, so it wasn't nearly as polished as it is right now. By the way, Gamer Muscle, he would hate this shirt I'm wearing right now. Thank you, Frank. Thank you very much. And yeah, Sean, he's a great guy. Whoa! Whoops. I guess this is a two-way road. I did not realize that. This is intense, though. But yeah, so Sean, he's a great guy. I've met him a couple times. I'm currently in talks with him for maybe this winter, doing a collaboration live stream, because I'm going to be near him this winter. So I might be able to put together a video. And thank you, Nerman, for subscribing. I'm considering putting together a video live stream with him when I'm down there to talk to him and like just... Oh! Okay. I just learned the hard way damage is on. Let's get a new car. Hey, Jake. Yeah, I remember you. Thanks for joining in. So you gotta be careful. You don't want to wreck your car. Or wreck other people, I guess. So yeah, Sean, great guy. Gamer Muscle. Him and I are close friends, despite him and I disagreeing on hockey teams. Hello, Mr. PSHIO. Rachid, this is on the PC version of Assetto Corsa. If you go to Random Call Sign's YouTube live stream he's doing right now, he has a link for Lake Louise Road. That's a tongue twister if you ever found one. And you can download that and install it to your Assetto Corsa install. Then go online, look up Random Call Sign, and you can pull up the server and join in. A Habs fan? Thank you, Alex, for the subscription. Thank you very much. Pretty good engine sounds. I haven't driven an E92 M3 myself. I have driven an E92 3 Series, though, which sounds pretty close. I mean, of course, the M3 is going to have better engine performance. Gotta be careful here. There's where I wrecked before. I think I hit that rock. But yeah, earlier today I was doing an IT job. Oh, that's where I wrecked, I guess. I was doing an IT job, and I was helping a guy, and this was the first part, planning out installing a home theater system and getting him a new TV. And I was driving on California's Highway 1. And oh my god, it's an incredible drive, guys. It's where we, if you look at California Highway in Project Cars 2, that's what it's inspired off of, California Highway 1 in real life. And man, it's an incredible drive. I actually did some recording on a video with my cell phone into my car mount, and I'm gonna upload that maybe to a personal channel. And oh, it's an incredible drive. Very windy, very twisty. I don't think it's the ocean, it's either a lake or the bay on one side of the road. It's beautiful scenery. And hey, Vincent, thanks for joining in. And Crate, thank you very much. And thank you for being one of them. But yeah, this is also a very fun drive. Reminds me a bit of Lake Tahoe, which is at the California-Nevada barrier, where it's a hill and roads surrounding a lake. And oh man, this is a lot of fun, but also I can't get too distracted because there's damage on, and it's mechanical damage too, so it's sort of traffic simulation of sorts. Which reminds me, earlier today I got a message from someone on Facebook Messenger talking about this trailer of sorts, which was street racing simulation, and the idea of a simulation focused around street racing. And the guy was asking me if that is a possibility, and I think it is a possibility, but the realistic nature is, how is it feasible? How is it practical? And I see these things where it's Lake Louise Road, incredible track for simulating driving on roads. We can see the people sometimes driving the other way around, and it's fun. But for street racing, there are street racing rules, things like that. Would that ever be implemented into a sim? Possibly. But the beauty of it is we're all people. We're able to make up rules. We could have a group of people on TeamSpeak or on Discord and just like have gentlemen's rules set up, so we could do things like that and fill in those gaps where it needs to be needed. And I think in theory, you could build a city in Assetto Corsa. You could definitely... Whoa! Oh, wow, that was close. You could definitely have an element where you could build a city and have people drive around in it, meet at certain intersections for street races, have fun like that. I don't think it would ever be a simulation, or I don't think it would be Need for Speed with simulation physics. I think it would be us going that extra mile to make it authentic. That's my 2 cents. And imagine once there are maybe in the next couple generations, when racing simulations can properly handle things such as maybe 100 drivers in a server. I think that would be an incredible idea as well. Thank you, Andy Wise, for subscribing. Thank you. Hi, Radio Sim. What's up? But now we have this completely different server, or not server, surface that we're driving on. Very bumpy, very rough. I don't know what's loads of BS. R Factor has GTA San Andreas map. Oh wow, that could be fun. I could also imagine porting it to Live for Speed and drifting around intersections, corners. Did we make a lap around, or is this like halfway? I have no clue. Lake Louise, Canada. Okay, so this is Canada. How excited am I for Payback? No! I totally overshot that. Payback. I am a little cautiously optimistic because the last Need for Speed game I truly enjoyed would have been Criterion Games' reboot of Hot Pursuit. Whoop! And that felt like it had the spirit of older Need for Speed. Then the reboot of Most Wanted. I enjoyed the first Most Wanted. The second Most Wanted I didn't enjoy as much because it felt like it didn't have much spirit, didn't have much soul into it. And then Rivals, I tried the demo, could never get into enjoying it. And then Need for Speed, or the Need for Speed self-titled one, that one, it was just blark, in my opinion. Underground 2, that was one of the first Need for Speed games I actually owned. I played them at other friends' houses. I enjoyed it, and that basically the first PlayStation 2 I'd gotten, my first console I got was in 2004, and that was an Atari 2600. Then I talked my parents into getting me a PlayStation 1, and I got that, enjoyed the heck out of it. Then I traded both of those consoles in and got a PlayStation 2. Thank you, Nick, for subscribing. So I got the PlayStation 2. My parents essentially said that they would only get me a PS2 if we also got Dance Dance Revolution for my sisters. So I agreed. I got Need for Speed Underground 2. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the souping up of the cars. Then it was really fun. It was really dynamic, and I enjoyed it a lot. But I think after EA basically killed off Criterion, I just never really got into a Need for Speed game after that. And I enjoyed Underground 2. I enjoyed Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360. I did not enjoy Need for Speed Carbon, which I think that would have been one of their most polarizing titles. That one, it was interesting. I liked the, is it Toge or Toge races, where you could actually fall off the mountain and perish, per se. But yeah, that I enjoyed, but I just couldn't really get into it the way I did with Underground 2 or Most Wanted. And then looking at it, Need for Speed, Pro Street was okay. Pro Street was pretty fun. I like that you could actually total your car and wreck out. But I only played the demo. I never bought it myself. Then Need for Speed Shift 1 and 2 was okay. It was, it definitely was floaty physics. And that was frustrating. Sure, there were the mods that helped, but it still struggled, in my opinion. So those, I think, those were the beginning of the end, and then Criterion breathed Second Life in. Thanks OstSB. So I think new life was breathed into the Need for Speed games with Criterion. Then they butchered Criterion and turned it into studio's worst nightmare, making DLC for a EA game. Thank you, Phony Montana. So, whoa, that guy's sliding. Oh, I have my handbrake set up, but it's not really okay. Whee! Drift fail. But yeah, so definitely seeing what was going on with everything, and it really, Shift was beginning of the end. Criterion did well, and then just I forget what studio does. I think there was Rivals, Ghosts, or Ghost Studio or something like that, and I couldn't stomach those games. And okay, this might be an unpopular opinion. I actually thought the movie was okay. Yeah. Geronimo. Okay, let's get a new car. But yeah, the movie I actually thought was okay. It definitely was a little rough around the edges, but it was okay. I enjoyed it a bit. So let's go right this time. And then just seeing what to do. Yeah, Aaron Paul, he makes everything like 23% better. I mean, I've seen commercials with Aaron Paul that are actually good. So, yeah. Aaron Paul. Whoop, whoop. And then, also, Need for Speed was essentially like an automobile snuff film, if you think about it. But, yeah, okay, Jake, you have a good day, or whatever you're doing. So, an Audi's behind me. Whoop. Ow. Little bump there. But yeah, I've actually just started watching Breaking Bad. And Mr. Pisillo, yes it is. And I'm just trying to have fun. I wasn't trying to use up the whole track. I was trying to treat it like driving on a road. Let's be a little more aggressive now. See how that goes. Or maybe not my first time, but first time in a long time. Okay, thanks Chris for the subscription. But yeah, it's actually a pretty fun. But yeah, I just started watching Breaking Bad. I'm like 4 episodes in, I think. Definitely brutal series. Awesome watching in 4K though. Amazing series. But yeah, I just think Need for Speed needs to go back to the roots, and that would really be the best thing. Go back to like Porsche Unleashed, go back to Hot Pursuit 1 and 2, even maybe Underground. Underground, not exactly the roots, but those were genuinely fun titles, and maybe stay away from those CGI cutscenes. I noticed in the comments earlier, I can't recall who asked it, but if I watch the Grand Tour and Top Gear, and I do, I enjoy it. The Grand Tour, definitely, I think it lacks a little of the spirit that was in the original Top Gear, but it was a lot of, I enjoyed it. And it's a shame that they were ousted by BBC, but I totally understand why. But it's great that Amazon has brought them into TGT, and now we have great shows to watch. Whew. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa! Ow. Do I play any other games in my off time? Yes, I do. One that I've honestly some games I've been enjoying actually are on the Nintendo Switch. I did get a Switch. I am a Nintendo geek at times, and I enjoy the games. I've sunk maybe over 120 hours in Legend of Zelda. I've been enjoying Stardew Valley, because just life has been getting very stressful lately, and just playing that, even though it is somewhat monotonous, it's relaxing, and was very relaxing through what I was going through. And yeah, so I've been enjoying that. A goofy game that's really fun on the Switch is called Golf Story. It's an RPG, but instead of fighting, you play golf. And I know that sounds dumb. I know it sounds dumb, but it's just such a screwball game. It's so goofy. It's fun. But yeah, I have played Assassin's Creed games. The last one I played was Black Flag, but I do own Syndicate. So I have played a little bit of Syndicate, and it's all right. I just haven't played enough of it to make a really solid opinion on it. Let's try something. Let's drift this corner. And I failed and got killed. Go figure. Rear bumper's gone. Hey, Bartman, how's it going? Update on the fires. All of them are around like 97, 98% contained. So they're no longer really a problem. For those of you who don't know, I live in Northern California. So I live about a half hour from Sonoma Raceway, and I live about 6 minutes. I live around 6 minutes away from Santa Rosa, which was, it had a couple neighborhoods totally destroyed in the California wildfires. And it was whoa, 3 wide on the road. Whoop! Oh, that was a tight squeeze. But yeah, so that's why I have the charity going up on the top of the stream, going towards California fire victims, because I have a few friends who have lost their homes in the fires. A pastor from my church, he lost his home in the fire, and it's a tough situation. Basically, A, losing everything, and B, having to rebuild. So it's a long road ahead for my area, and I have to just keep 1 foot ahead. And I unfortunately have not driven on the full Sonoma racetrack. There is a go-kart track above that final hairpin. So if you're driving into that final hairpin on the track, there is that hill behind the track. On top of that hill is it's about a 3/4 mile go-kart track, and Oh my gosh, it is so much fun to drive on. It's a blast. And they have like, I think 4 or 5 different variations of the track, where some of them you can hit top speeds of about 80-ish miles an hour. And oh my gosh, that is mind-blowing experience going full speed into that first corner, and it's just danger. And also the first corner is slightly off camber, so it'll throw you loose into that first corner. It reminds me a bit of turn 1 at Bahrain, the F1 track, and it's intense. And unfortunately, I haven't actually driven on the track in about 5 years, but I did get to go to the track earlier this year, and I got to watch Mimmo Gidley drive, and he was driving his go-kart on the track. And fun fact, the go-kart track actually has an S-bend, or not S-bend, but a kink that is called the Gidley, or it's called nicknamed Gidley, or no, Mimmo corner. And I just found it funny that he was driving on a corner named after himself. Go figure. And I told my joke to him, and he actually laughed. I was like, dude, you're beside yourself. Like, I took a picture of him at the corner, and you know I have lame jokes, but he got a kick out of it at least. And like, Mimmo Gidley, he's an incredibly nice guy. He's very down to earth, especially given the circumstances he's been through, and where he broke his back. I want to say it was 2014 Daytona, and he broke his back in that accident where he wrecked into that broken down Ferrari. And he broke his back in multiple places. I believe he might have shattered his pelvis, and it took 3 years for him to recover. And now he's finally recovered. He is he got back into a Porsche race car at Sonoma for testing with I want to say it was the same team he drove the Daytona prototype for. So he was able to rekindle that relationship, and I think he's finally back racing, which is an amazing, amazing comeback story. And man, I was watching him drive the kart, and oh my gosh, he's bad fast. He's he hasn't lost anything, and it was just remarkable seeing him throwing the rear end of the kart out, that little bit of slip that a kart allows you to have. And oh my gosh, it was awesome seeing him drive. Build your own track day car. If yes, what would it be, and what would I do to it? What I would love, at least to start off, is take an old Miata and maybe build it SCCA spec, because track day is one thing. Having a car that you could also drive in a spec series, drive alongside other people's, I think that would be a great opportunity and add more perspective. Yeah, sorry, wish list. I guess in live stream chats, links are automatically blocked, so I'm sorry about that. And yeah, but yeah, definitely, it's a fun trailer to watch. I recommend it. Tunnel! I was already full throttle, and you could hear the engine note. Nice that there is actually a reverb. Well, yeah, this is just fun talking, driving with you guys. Not really worrying about the stresses of racing, even though there is that Audi breathing down my neck. Jump! Woohoo! What? Oh, almost made it through. Rest in peace. Yeah, that was a bit of a harsh reverb. Or not reverb, but rebound. Dead. D-E-D, dead. But yeah, Mimmo Gidley, great driver, awesome guy. I'll just say that. Rip and pepperoni. Oh man, pizza sounds good right now, even though I had pizza last night. Do I think that Assetto Corsa is the same on PC as on console? I know it will possibly come as a surprise, but I have not driven the console version of Assetto Corsa yet. I think I haven't yet. I'm not sure. I might own it for Xbox. I can't recall right now, or I considered buying it for Xbox, but soon I do want to test it out. But from what I have heard, it is not the same. From what I have heard, the physics are a little not as authentic to an extent, even though they claim it is. But the UI I've heard is slightly better. What track is this? This is Lake Louise Road. This is a server that Random Callsign, another SimTuber, he has put up, and it is so much fun. So if you want to join, you can join in the server. What you need is the track. So if you go to Random Callsign's live stream, you can find the link to the track, and then you can go to Assetto Corsa and search in the servers for Random Callsign, and this server should pop up and you can join. Whoa! Ow. Okay, I just went through that sign, or else they would have killed me. But yeah, this is just a bit fun. Thanks, George. Thank you very much, George. But yeah, I wanted to create a clever title for this, and it's like, well, I was going to do a 7,000 live stream. Oh, what you think wheel is better for sim racing, or it's just aesthetic? With what it is, I feel, no pun intended, that Fanatic's wheel is the smoothest belt drive wheel available. It's also, I think, one of the quickest. I'm currently testing out the Thrustmaster TSXW wheel to review. I'm currently in testing of that, and my thoughts so far are, it's a great wheel. It's quick. I can catch slides with it really well, but that smoothness that this Club Sport wheel has, right now, it can't be beaten by another belt drive wheel. When you go to direct drive, you do get what you pay for. It's the smoothest, it's the quickest, and also even the strongest available. But you do pay for the premium. And also, as of right now, there are none available for the Xbox or the PlayStation. And I know people are going to cry foul, oh, why would you buy a high-end wheel like that, then use it on a PlayStation? It's like, well, because you can, if you could. But yeah, the V2.5, it is my favorite belt drive wheel right now. I'm going to be reviewing, I think, an open sim wheel in the near future. So just been waiting on that and for things to happen. But yeah, I have driven a Leo Bonar sim steering, and that was incredibly smooth, incredibly fast, and I enjoyed that a lot. But in terms of does it actually make a difference? Yes, it does. It really does make a difference, because you can still be fast with a gear-driven wheel. You can still be fast with a Logitech G25, G27, and you can be fast with that. But if you're looking for that authenticity factor, if you're looking for that idea of the authentic feel over just like being like a game and quick, then yeah, belt drive is the way to go, for my opinion. That is a really sweet middle ground until premiums on direct drive go down with manufacturing costs and elements such as that. About direct drive, Gamer Muscle was mentioning that 12 Newton meters would be about enough. Do you agree? I agree to an extent, because when it's all said and done, cars behave differently. You drive two different cars, you're going to have two different feels through the wheel. You're going to have two different kinds of wheel weight. For example, I'm currently driving this BMW M3 E92, and it's very smooth. Like the M3, it has a little heavier steering due to the steering rack, but it's also power assisted steering, so it's not as heavy as other cars. If you drive a race car, or heck, even an older road car, say the BMW M3 E30, it's going to feel a lot different because it's different steering rack, it's different steering mechanism. So a lot of modern cars nowadays, they have the they have power steering, but some race cars, some open wheel cars, you might want more torque. You might want that stronger torque, and to be closer to reality, you might need more than the you might need more than that 13 or 12 Newton meter figure. Please tell me you use FFB clip. Honestly, I can't say that I even know what that is. Ow. That corner just kills me. Gamer Muscle is a tea drinker. 12 Newton meter is all he can handle. Well, Gamer Muscle is a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. 12 Newton meters is all he can handle. Whoops. If I could choose one racing class to drive in, like GT3, F1, etc., I think I'd be inclined to choose GT3 possibly as well, because the thing is, GT3, it has all sorts of different disciplines, all sorts of different cars. There's that wide variety, so you didn't tell me I was limited to one car. So I'd say GT3 is a blanket and drive different cars in that class. So you have the my personal favorite car in the GT3 class, and I'm pissed that it's no longer part of it, is the BMW Z4 GT3. That was my all-time favorite GT3 class. He is an incredible it's an incredible sounding car. It's mind-blowing how it sounds, and the downshift sound, oh, if there's a better word or better use for the word eargasm, I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm mad that it got replaced by the M6 GT3. It just does not sound anywhere near as nice. What's the fastest car I have driven in real life? That would have likely been maybe the M3 E36 that I drove. That was my friend's. That might be one of the fastest cars I've driven. I haven't driven any supercars, sadly. Actually, no, I have driven the E92 3 Series, which might be a little faster. I did have a job taking pictures of cars, and yeah, I would drive some faster cars around, but yeah, I'd say BMW might have been one of the faster cars I've driven. Actually, I have test driven Camaro, and that thing was pretty bad fast. I got up to like 120 in that. So that was also an incredibly fun car to drive. Thank you, Nathan, for subscribing. Making a pass! Whoops. But yeah, I would love to have an opportunity to drive. Actually, no. How the heck am I forgetting this? I have autocrossed a Jaguar F-Type. So that would have been the fastest car I've driven. So yeah, my answer would be Jaguar F-Type. That's the fastest car I've driven. I mean, I didn't drive it extremely fast, but I did drive it in an autocross situation. Super GT. I love the look of those cars. I think that the 2013 ones looked great. It kind of had that I won't say sci-fi, but that little bit of the like purpose-built look to it, and I thought they looked great. Whoops. Ow. But yeah, so the story of the F-Type was that at Sonoma Raceway, they had a classic car event. So it was all these guys, they take out classic cars, drive it on the track, similar to like Pebble Beach, similar to at Laguna Seca, they had the classic car events. And it was a blast to see and like just take part in. I didn't get to drive on the track, sadly, but then I hear on the intercom, attention, in the center area of the track you can drive Jaguars on our autocross course. And it's like, heck yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I did that, and they had an auto instructor or a driving instructor you get paired along with, and lo and behold, the auto instructor I get paired up with is the dad of one of my old classmates. So he was giving me a hard time while I was driving, and it was a fun time. Thanks for whoever just subscribed. Sorry I missed the name. Do I play anything else other than racing games? I did answer this question a little earlier. I do enjoy the Nintendo Switch, surprisingly. I like Legend of Zelda. I played Stardew Valley. Golf Story was that game I mentioned, and I enjoyed it. I'm not too big on shooters, but I have played some Overwatch, and I just got burned out from Call of Duty, so I no longer have really played that. And I also, let's see, what else? I've played a little bit of Assassin's Creed, not too much though. I've also played Mario Kart. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. It can be fun. I want to try out Forza Horizon 3, so I might do a goof-off live stream of that later on, but that's a fun title. Am I going to get Gear Club Unlimited? What's that? That doesn't ring a bell. Is that like the online service or something? Do I play older like GTR 2 and R Factor? Yeah, I do. I did a live stream of GTR 2 maybe a couple weeks ago. Thank you, C Gorilla. I think that was the name. C Gorilla, yep. Watch every episode of Gold Rush. What's Gold Rush? Hey Keith, thanks for joining in on the stream. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Power slide. Ow. Hello, ProWork65 Wall. How are you today? And do you know that you have your username named after a pair of men's clippers? Oh, Gear Club Unlimited is supposed to be a racing game coming out for Switch. I'll have to look into that. Let's go this way this time. Okay, should I harass this guy a bit? Okay, that was a little evil. No mention of Initial D. I watched about 7 episodes about it, and then life got a little busy, life got in the way. But I might need to pick up back on that, because that's on Netflix. Hey Aaron, thanks, that means a lot. But, oh gosh, I think I just pissed someone off. But a guy in that's a Porsche, so I think I'm getting a little stalked. Ron Smith. So behind me, I have the Track Racer RS6 cockpit, and I'm waiting on a replacement part of it, but that I am currently working on a review for. And over this way, I have a GTR simulator cockpit that I am also I'm working on my script for the review on that. So I'm hoping to have that review later next week. But my main thoughts on the GTR simulator cockpit, it's the GTA F. And it's a solid cockpit for up to Thrustmaster. Leo 1, yeah, I'm going to be getting the Rally Rim to review. I just received the email from PR guy that I am going to be getting that wheel to review. It's just going to take a few days. Whoops. And you've been waiting for playseat motion. I've been hearing about it. I'm not too excited for it, to be honest. I've been hearing good things about D-box motion, though. People's opinions on it. So I've heard good things about it, and I haven't tested a D-box motion rig myself yet, but I've been hearing decent things. So hopefully I'll have an opportunity to test one out in the future. But yeah, my main gripe with the GTR simulator cockpit is the pedal mount. The pedal mount, I don't think, is well designed. Essentially how it is there is this ring that's on the bottom of the pedal mount, and the arm on the bottom, it can go out or in, and you hook the ring into that support, and that's how it's supported. There's no bolts or anything that really support the pedal mount. So I have no confidence whatsoever in using load cell pedals. I have no confidence whatsoever in the idea of using a high-end pedal set on the rig. And I'll change the car up a bit because we've been using that one for quite a bit. So let's turn on display capture. There we go. So I have no confidence in using anything higher than the T3PA pedals on that cockpit. So it's frustrating, but what can you really do? Let's take out the F40. I think that could be fun. SimU Pro. I haven't heard about much on that. Yeah, I might have to look into it. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, check out youtube.com/randomcallsign. He's a great guy, fun videos. Bit of a goofball, though. F40's hard driving. Yep, I'm going to heel and toe with this puppy, I think. There is no password to the server. There is no password. F40, that's one of my favorite supercars. It's a classic one, truly mechanical. Your traction controls your right foot. That's how it works. So let's get a start. Good start. And then that turbo lag, though. Woo! We're driving. McLaren F1 is another great car, definitely in the vein of the F40 era, where it's like mechanical and, dare I say, intimate driving experience. Because if you think about it, all these assists in modern day cars, more or less, they take away from the driving experience. The mechanical steering, in my opinion, does a great job in this, and say the power steering, that takes away from your feeling of the road. Traction control is, oh, what the, can't see? Hold on, let me see what I can do for you. Hold on. What's going on here? Oh, display capture. There we go. Sorry about that. Wait, you can go down that road? I never knew that. Let's check it out. Sorry about that. As I mentioned before, remember, turn off display capture if you're streaming. Because, yeah, or else stuff like that happens. Thanks, Hobes. Thank you very much. Whoa! Ow. My bad. Car's still tracking mostly straight. My bad. But yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, the driving assists, they detract from the overall sensation of driving the car. Which, thank you, Mark, for subscribing. It just, having the feeling of the road through the wheel uninhibited by assists, like having that true response under your right foot, it's great. Oh, this doesn't even have no e-brake. Okay. I was going to try doing a power slide or a drift. Field of view seems off. Yeah, I have it adjusted a little differently because this works a little better for the presentation factor for you guys. So this isn't really the field of view that I drive most of the time, but this is a better viewing experience for you guys. What shifter am I using? I'm using the Fanatec Club Sport shifter version 1.5. Whoops, I did not mean to hit that button. The pit stop button. Hello, Snozberries. Or Snozberries. That makes me think of Willy Wonka. What do I prefer, the F40 or F50? That's toughy. I think the F50 looks better. The F40, from what I've done in racing titles, drives better. That's the dilemma. I mean, that F50 though, that's the one I would prefer to have on a poster in my bedroom as a kid. Whoa. Nathan, I do enjoy Project Cars 2 a lot, and it definitely feels good from what I've driven. And I mean, you guys see me drive it a lot in my videos, and I enjoy it a lot. Do I enjoy it? Yes. Do you think it's full sim? I would be inclined to say yes. Even a restart session? Okay, I guess. But yeah, so it definitely is, like, it does a good job of simulating the racing and everything, which I truly enjoy. Why can't I drop out? Oh, I need to click on this real quick. There we go. And the feeling of it is so much better than Project Cars 1. Project Cars 1, I couldn't feel good with. It was similar, in my opinion, to my feelings with Need for Speed Shift. And I mean, Project Cars did not have the floaty steering, which was great. I was so happy they got rid of that floaty steering, but just the behavior wasn't great. Hobes, what's my opinion on a G29 with driving force shifter? For the money, you can get better product. For the money, you can get a superior product, I would be more inclined to say go with a Thrustmaster T300 or TX and work on getting into that ecosystem. Because the G29, it's okay. It's a decent setup, but it's a dead-end ecosystem. You can't really get a first-party new rim. You'd have to mod it. You'd have to sacrifice some of the compatibility with consoles. You can't really do much in the way of getting a load cell. I mean, granted, Thrustmaster. Or no, you can put a load cell in the pedals. You can mod it, but I think compared to some of the other products, it just falls behind. And no matter what you do, it's still a gear-driven wheel. And with belt drive being, in my opinion and most other people's opinion, a superior standard, I can't recommend the Logitechs. I can't in good conscience. I mean, it's not a bad wheel, but you can just get better nowadays. I raced a lot of Project Cars 1 with the controller, but I purchased the T150. I pre-ordered P-Cars 2 and enjoying it. Yeah, T150 is a solid option. Does the video card upgrade alone improve frames per second? It depends on the situation, because different systems have different bottlenecks. But if you are with a card that's older, it would definitely improve frames per second. For me, that was close. But in my situation, I had a system that was severely bottlenecked by a processor. So I upgraded my processor, and that really did improve performance. So there's different things, but yeah, so your mileage may vary, but generally, yes, a graphics card that will improve performance. Usually, yes. Whoa, we're in the lake. We are... Ow. Come on, stop. Guess we drowned? Would a 1080 be better than two current 980s? It depends on the title, because some titles, they do utilize SLI pretty well, because SLI is still not really well implemented in most titles. So with that being said, usually a single 1080 would work better than two 980s, correct. Whoa, I got invaded. This is Lake Louise, correct. Oh, that was a nice slide out. But yeah, I'd say hold off on upgrading the graphics cards, because I think Black Friday prices are going to drop. Prices are going to drop further. And because I ran the YouTube channel, I bought a new 1080 at right when the mining craze went down. So I bought my 1080 for I think $530, and it works well. It works all right, but yeah, I think better cards are going to be coming in the near future. Black Friday, it's the day after Thanksgiving in the United States. I can't remember off the top of my head when Thanksgiving is right now, but let's take a shortcut. Hey Shane, I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? But yeah, Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving, usually there are great sales. Also, there's Cyber Monday, which is another day of sales. Whoa. But yeah, I'd say you have two 980s. Hold off for now and maybe get, I don't know if they're going to call it the 11 series, but yeah, maybe you save up for like an 1180 or something, if that's what they're going with. What sort of deals you get with wheels on Black Friday? It depends. Usually it's around maybe a $100 to $200 off, like some of the higher end wheels. Usually Fanatic has some decent offers. Thrustmaster, for example, back in 2013, I bought my T500 RS, which around then prices were normally hovering around the 500 mark, and I bought my T500 RS for around 370. Gonna try to get a Formula rim. Oh man, I really enjoy my Formula rim. It's a lot of fun to drive with, and yeah, it's definitely on the smaller side, but it makes the cars very nimble. Ooh, and okay, I guess I can't drive through those branches. But yeah, I enjoy the Formula rim. It's a fun rim to drive with. Especially some of the other GT3 cars. So one website I love checking when I'm looking for deals, it's a website called slickdeals.com. It's a lot of discounts. It's great reductions in prices. So yeah, it's a site I recommend. I do a lot of research on that site before I buy stuff. So yeah. If you're in America, I would recommend it big time. Open wheels. What aftermarket rim would be best for a G27? Depends on your driving. I'd say go for something around 12 to 13 inches. And that would be very solid for all-purpose cars, I think. Maybe 12 inches would be the great compromise. But yeah, it's frustrating that Logitech, they don't have a modular ecosystem really, where you can swap out rims. I would have loved that option. Hello, Rob. Thanks for joining in on the stream. So I think I might do a race or something later. The obsession of the G27 is that it used to be like the go-to wheel for sim racers, and it was this wheel, or not wheel, but yeah, it was essentially bulletproof. It would just work great. And I had the G25, which was the predecessor to the G27, and I really liked the wheel. It did have not many buttons, which was frustrating, but for me getting started in sim racing in that time, it worked awesome for me. And that was a full feature package. I used it for about 5 years, and the only thing I really had to do was repair like a sensor in the shifter. And it still worked great, but I felt I wanted to get a stronger wheel. Whoops. Rest in peace. And I apologize for hitting the microphone. It was just close to my arm. The G29 is same internals, more or less. Just the buttons are now all on the wheel and the shifter is sold separately. And it's also like different firmware to be able to run on the Xbox One or PlayStation 4. But yeah, I've driven the G29 a few times, and yeah, it feels functionally identical to the G27. Thank you, Mikhail Faria, for subscribing. Thank you. Esteban Ocon has a G29. Maybe that's why he's not finishing high. I kid. But yeah. Wow, we've had about 50-ish subscribers since starting the stream. Not too shabby. So let's actually try a race or something. Sim Racing System Seat Cup is in 20 minutes. I can see if I can join. Norman Name just subscribed. So let's see. Let's go to Sim Racing System. So 1 second. Let me turn on display capture again. Sim Racing System. I would need to download the seat mod. Or Seat Leon Eurocup Mugello. So I'm going to look up downloading it. So 1 minute. So simracingsystem.com. Here we go. And let's go to it's under forum. And you go to current series downloads. Seat Leon Eurocup. There we go. Race department download. Yeah, I'm very happy the fire didn't reach me. And Norman, any thoughts about TMX? It's a solid entry-level wheel at a decent price. It's a great wheel under $200. And in my opinion, it's what the G29 and G920 should have been. That's the thought. It's compatible with the Thrustmaster ecosystem, but not compatible with rims, which is somewhat disappointing. But it's a solid entry-level offering, which is what a lot of people are wanting right now. So let's add the Euro Cup to my cars. And then I'm going to have to quit out of Assetto Corsa and restart. Only issue you find is lack of PS4 compatibility. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that because realistically, only one wheel on the market actually is compatible with the PS4 and Xbox One. And that's the CSL Elite PS4, but you have to spend $500 on the base and one rim, about $100 on the next rim, and then buy a set of pedals. So it's expensive. When a new Logitech wheel comes out, G29s will be on sale. Yeah, I'm hoping for a new Logitech wheel, and not just that, I'm hoping for them to actually make an advancement, because the issue is there hasn't been much in the way of advancement over the Logitech G27. It's the same core technology behind the wheel. It's the same core mindset behind the pedals as well. And then same mindset behind the shifter, but now you have to just spend even more. Collective Minds Drive Hub. I'll have to look into that. I'll maybe shoot them an email and ask about it. So I've never actually driven with this car. So let's get some practice time. So I'm just going to register. So this starts at around, it starts at 3 p.m. my time. So I'll have to just keep an eye out. So Mugello with the Seat Leon Euro Cup. Let's just do the same paint scheme for good measure. Track. China Lex, did I ignore you? I'm sorry. I'm just Drift Server. Right now, some people are asking about doing the sim racing system event, so maybe Drift Server after if I'm still gonna be driving more. But yeah, I didn't mean to ignore you. Sorry. It's just trying to catch all the messages, set this up, turn off the Oculus Rift stuff. Come on, I don't have my Rift plugged in even. Yeah, that's the right way to say it, Rob. Whoa, that's pretty loud. Ow. I didn't realize I had damage on. Okay. So let's just get a feel for this car before the race starts. Pretty heavy steering, which is nice. You get a good feel through the road. Is this a front-wheel drive car? Kind of feels like it. Yeah, it's front-wheel drive, so... thanks, McLaren F1, for subscribing. So yeah, so have to be careful on corner exit and rolling on the throttle because front-wheel drive cars generally are inclined to have throttle on understeer. Like so. Rocket Sally, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but you can definitely do better with the wheel. I'd say mouse is better than keyboard, myself. Because mouse, at least you have analog inputs. But yeah, high-speed corners with a front-wheel drive car. Should be making for a fun race. Whoa. Fun car though. I'm gonna say that. Feels really well done. It's interesting though because I'm not seeing any numbers on the dash. Somewhat disappointing, but this is a fun car. Feels good physics wise. Little lock up on the right side. Should be an exciting race. Thank you, David O, for the subscription. Thank you very much. Already modded my old median joystick and advanced as a sequential shifter or a handbrake. That's cool. Quiet engine? Huh. Oh, dash works. You have to drop some files in a different folder. Okay, thanks for a heads up. Mugello's favorite new track in Forza 7. Yeah, it's an awesome track. I enjoy it a lot. How about a lighter touch sensor to the right of the wheel, which recognizes if you hold the wheel or shift or do other things? That would be nice. And hey, Rob, yeah, honestly, that was a tough video for me to make, but ultimately, situations were coming up where I was getting more harassed recently, maybe because I'm growing faster, but it was a tough video, but I felt it needed to be done. I needed to get that off my chest and at least give you guys some sort of idea on what's behind the scenes and just, yeah. My Seat Leon is parked outside. No file swap required. Yeah. I have the Volkswagen GTI, which I think is very similar a bit to the Seat Leon. Wow, locked up the rear tire. Usually doesn't happen there. Thanks to Tobias for subscribing. Well, Empty Box, he did a video talking about Darren. He did that back in 2014. But for me, it was a tough situation because I was one of his close friends for a year, roughly. And it just had the situation where I felt that sticking with inside sim racing was not the smart career move anymore. And that's why I decided to cut my losses and see where to go from there. Unfortunately, we do not get Seats in the United States. That is one automaker we don't have, which is upsetting. I mean, until just a couple years ago, we didn't even have Alfa. Or Alfa Romeo. We didn't have those. So yeah, Volkswagen GTI is the closest you can get to a Seat now. Or a Seat Leon. Or a Volkswagen Golf, I should say. Yeah, alright, thanks a lot, Rob. And it's kind of funny because when Sim Racing Paddock really started taking off, it was a year and a half after I started the channel. So after a year, I first went public with SRP in January of 2015. And as mentioned in my video, I first registered the domain for SRP October 29th. I started this channel October 29th. We came up with the name October 29th. And then I really started putting things together. I made some background videos practicing, starting to get a little more comfortable on camera. And then on January 7th, I believe it was, I went public with the channel. And it grew slowly. In the beginning of October 2016, so 1 year ago, I had 499 subscribers. And then at that point, I was just like, screw it. I'm going all out. I'm going pedal to the metal with the channel. And my first big video that really got successful was me answering this question: will a high-end racing wheel make you a better driver? And the TLDR of that is it will reinforce good driving habits. It's not going to fix stupid, though. So with that, you have really this idea that it'll enforce good driving habits. It won't fix stupid. So I gave the blunt truth of it, and for some reason, that video just really blew up. And I went from about 600 subscribers to about 1,000 in the space of a couple weeks. So that really was what helped SRP first grow, first really build a name for itself, which was nice. And that was my first video, I think, to break 50,000 views. Thanks, The Hog 107 for subscribing. But now it's like I have a video that's at 150,000 views, which is just astounding to think about. And just a year ago, we were just incredibly small. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quad. Yeah, I believe Assetto Corsa has it planned. Whoops, I hit a wrong button. I don't have this completely mapped, so it's like, yeah. Ask Direct Drive Life about the G27 on the PS4. I believe it's limited per title. So since the G27 isn't an officially supported PS4 wheel, it has to run in compatibility mode. And the idea is it's going to be implemented on a per sim or per title basis. So it's up to the developers to add support for a G27. Hello, 7 Below 1. Thank you for joining in on the stream. Oh, it's just not usable? Okay. I thought there might have been 1 or 2 titles that added support for it, but okay. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, the compatibility mode saved my butt for GT Sport with the CSL Elite. It's sad that it's not officially supported yet, but I know they're going to be adding it through a patch. This is a fun car to drive, though. Should make for a fun race. Yeah, Todd, that was an old video that I did with, that was back in January this year, I think, where I was able to go to CXC Simulations, and I'm friends with Chris Considine, the founder of CXC, and he gave me free reign for 2 days to test out some of the cockpits and everything. So that, oh, that was a blast. Wait, 22 minutes? That's not right. Race, refresh. Hold on. Okay, 9 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Did I see a discussion about the F2002 mod being stolen by Codemasters? That, yeah, that's upsetting to see. Because modding is a passion project. Modding and just the community, it's a passion project. They're doing it out of their hearts for their love of sim racing. Most of them, they just get paid nominally at best from donations. So that is, it's tough. So that, I hope it gets resolved. I hope it really does work. And Dr. Death 1978, it's not just in terms of the, it's not the terms of the physics. I think that RaceRoom has better physics. However, in terms of vehicle dynamics and interaction with the track, that is where Assetto Corsa does beat out RaceRoom. That's my opinion, but I think physics, RaceRoom is slightly better. But for the track rubbering in, the tire model, that is where Assetto Corsa does beat. Hey, thanks, Actual Vision. Thank you very much. And I apologize if you're hearing like that wind. That's just the fan. In Golf 1980, this is Assetto Corsa. We're going to be running a race using the Sim Racing System platform. It's the Seat Leon Euro Cup. It's a front-wheel drive touring car running around Mugello. And is it going to allow me to check out stats? Pretty good turnout, though. Not many Americans. I see 2 others besides myself. But should be a fun race. Now, hold on 1 second. I'm going to grab myself a drink. I'll be back in about 15 seconds. All right, I said about 15 seconds. That I think was 15, maybe 16 seconds. But yeah, have some sparkling water. Want to keep myself hydrated because, yeah, I love this cockpit. The GT Omega is a great cockpit, but one of the only things that frustrates me is the material this seat is made out of. I don't know what it is, but it really doesn't breathe too well, so you sweat a lot, unfortunately. So you really just want to have some fluid, some hydration, especially with extended sections. That really does help. So in about 3 minutes, this lobby should open up, and since there's 38 drivers, it's likely going to split. Looking for sub 14 next time. Any recommendations for a very low F1 style rig? So I've tested out the Next Level Racing F1 GT cockpit, and I enjoyed it. It was a fun cockpit. I have heard mixed messages about it, where in terms of build quality it might not be the best, but I had a decent experience driving with it. Excuse me. I don't think I would actively recommend the playseat though, because the playseat, it has that center bar, I think, between the legs, if I remember correctly. I think Track Racer, they have a new F1 style cockpit, and I think it's sub $1,000 for a very low cockpit. Okay, thanks Mexi Tree for subscribing. Hey ProSim TNT, thank you very much. So I think for low F1 style cockpits, Next Level Racing, that was a decent one. Then you could switch back and forth. Track Racer, that was a decent one. That worked. Actually, I haven't tested out the Track Racer one, but I think that would be a decent option as well. And then the what was it? Or yeah, Next Level. I wouldn't recommend playseat. I can't off the top of my head think of other open wheel style. There was the Hyper Stimulator, but I don't think that's great for like multiple devices, and I think it's more intended for lower end. Blown Fuse, I'm currently using the V3s. I'm using Club Sport V3 pedals. My Husingfelds, you can see in the background, are right there. Thank you, Lorenzo. Or is that Lorenzo or Lorenco or Lorenco? Sorry. R-Seat Formula V2. Oh yeah, how did I forget about R-Seat? I'm sorry. R-Seat, from what limited time I've driven with it, I've enjoyed R-Seat cockpits. I'd love to get one to review for you guys, but I think I tested one out at Darren Ganji's house. I tested one out at a press event promoting Forza Motorsport 4, and they felt great. They felt solid. What's my take on G-Force simulation? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Are you talking about how G-forces are simulated through motion? I think it's okay. I talked about an issue, or not issue, but I talked about it in one of my older videos, where I think the issue is with motion rigs is most of that motion that you're feeling simulated is gravitational G-forces. And I mean, G stands for gravitational, so obviously it's gravitational forces, but it's forces being simulated via gravity. And that means that you're feeling yourself lowering down. It's you swinging on an arc. And they are, the issue with that is you have that, it feels like you're driving a car with a lot of body roll. Am I using the Fanatic brake mod on my pedals? Yes, I am, and I love I love that brake performance kit. I love it. It feels so much better. Good day. Will this 20-minute race will require how many laps of fuel? I have no clue. I just jumped into this race and we're having fun. I have no clue how long a lap is, but I guess we'll have to use some math later. How can you join Sim Racing System? You go to www.simracingsystem.com and click on register. Just stop the tank, it's free. Yeah, that's one train of thought, but also that means your car's going to be heavier than everyone else. There's a handy app to calculate that in fine detail. Yeah, I prefer just doing the old-fashioned way because that's also similar to what real-life drivers do. They have to calculate, or real-life teams and crews. Excuse me. So I should be able to get one hot lap in, and that'll give me an idea on how much time it takes. So the brake performance kit, I think, really does breathe new life into the pedal. It gives it a much more solid feeling inside the pedal, which is, well, it's welcome. It feels closer to the CSL Elite bushings, and the CSL Elite load cell, I think that's one of my favorite of the sub $500 pedals so far. Thank you, Hophead, for subscribing. Dang it, I just damaged my engine. Hopefully it's not too badly damaged. Alright, I'm not funny 35. You have a great night. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock, so that'd be like 11 p.m. or 11 to like 2, I'm guessing, if you're in Europe. So let's see what kind of lap time we get here. Thank you, Chris, for subscribing. Thank you very much. And I think, yeah, I like having that good habit of thanking people. Because realistically, without the subscribers, Sim Racing Paddock wouldn't exist. Thank you, Richie BR. Thank you. Dr. Death, yeah, I am a Christian. I do enjoy being a Christian. It plays a larger role in my life. That's also one of the reasons I try not to swear in my videos. I just think, it's something where I feel like it's not as needed. I'm not gonna judge people who do swear. I just feel it's not for me. And B, I think it's funnier to just make up something instead. Thank you guys for subscribing. I apologize, I keep on missing the names. Racing for Jesus. There was actually a racing team called that in NASCAR, and I believe it was Morgan Shepherd who was a race car driver in that team. And I know it's a goofy fun fact, but that was the same name as a girl from my church who I used to have a crush on back when I was in junior high, and it just cracked me up. So we posted about 2:06. Okay. But it just cracked me up because one time I told her, oh yeah, there's a race car driver named after you. And she's like, oh, is he good? And I'm like, no, it's not. Or no, he wasn't a good driver. He always ran in the back because he was like 60 years old. I think the last race he ran in, he was 82 or something like that. All right, he has the record for oldest NASCAR driver, I think. So my ex-girlfriend, she used to always say, son of a bean dip. And I think that was one of the only good things from her that stuck with me. I'm inclined to agree with that, Ron. Because, like, unfortunately, if you look in that the email that I showed in that video from Darren, it's like he was deliberately using swearing to attack me. He was using it to try to tear me down. And that's, I feel that's like a very poor motive. Like other people where it's like they use swearing for like just like, yeah, that is a little more tolerable. And Dr. Death 1978, I drive a 2013 Volkswagen GTI Mark 6. So basically like this car, but with a different skin. Son of a motherless goat. Thank you, Tony Ross, for subscribing. Yeah, that is a hilarious joke I have. And another joke, one was baseball first mentioned in the Bible in the beginning. Kia Soul. So, my ex, she had a Kia SUV, and that just felt like a total boat to drive. But she was a nanny, so she needed a big car. Then she upgraded to a Nissan Versa. Or was it a Versa? Yeah, I think it was a Nissan Versa. And that felt slightly better, and I think was a better car. But I've heard good things about Kia Souls. I guess a lot of gingers drive those cars, so they actually have a soul now. Well, look on the bright side. Jesus doesn't have to worry about water hazards. Or he doesn't have to worry about water hazards when playing golf. Second quick. So was that just the outlap? Yeah, my GTI isn't the fastest car, but oh man, it is fun in the corners. Whoops, a little wide there. Thanks, Dung Beetle. Thank you. Whoa! Oh, thank goodness I got on the brakes early there. Hey, Nervosh, how's it going, man? My GTI is a Mark 6. It's a 2013 model year, Autobahn edition. And thank you, Aragon. Thank you. Or Erogon MC. This is a fun series, I'll say that. This is my first race in the series, though. I haven't really done any racing in it. It's just more feel like having fun. DSG gearbox, yeah, you can see the big paddles on the wheel. Or feels more like just the standard race cars paddle shifters. So yeah, I guess it's DSG. The Mark V, in my opinion, was the best GTI. The Mark VI, it does have the same handling. It's just a slightly larger car, but I like the Mark VI a lot. It's a great car. Keep on shifting down too quickly. I'm not a big fan of DSG. I have the I have the 6-speed H stick. Broadcast. The Disaster Artist. I'm excited for that movie. If you guys don't know, I did not hit Ha. That was from the movie The Room, which was like the worst movie ever made. And then it's so bad, James Franco is making a movie about the behind the scenes of making it, or is based off a book or something. Whoa, slight stutter. I think that was like net stutter. That wasn't CPU. A lot of people hate the downshift protection that came with the past in Project Cars 2. I have it kept on right now because I just haven't really been bothered to keep it off or turn it off. I didn't really bother. The Golf R a few months ago, oh, that would have been fun to drive. I couldn't really spend 30 grand on a car, I think. I'd give myself maybe a 7 on driving ability. I'm usually like a top 5 driver. I just don't really have that extra oomph to make it up to alien status. I'm planning on doing a 10,000 subscriber special. It's just, yeah, I had to wait until I hit 10,000. I think because I didn't reduce my fuel load and I'm on the medium tires, that's one reason I'm slower. But I think it'll be fun battling through the field. Oh, hi, doggy. But yeah, Nostalgia Critic is one of my favorite movie review channels. And his review on The Room was hilarious. So Nervash, the reason I'm waiting on SRP decals is because I'm currently I'm planning on revamping the logo, and my friend Waylon, he's helping design the logo, so we're working on a design for the new logo, and once that happens, I'm going to make decals. It's going to take a little bit of time. Hey Pete, thanks for joining in this stream. And yeah, that was a tough video to make, but I felt there were things that just needed to be said. Things that needed to be out in the open. What do I think about Pretend Race Cars website? Well, like full disclosure, I am Facebook friends with Austin. I am a friend of his, and I think all in all, despite that rough exterior, he's a nice guy. I'm not a fan of the website. I feel that sometimes it does more harm than good for the sim racing community as a whole. I support him. I support his endeavors. I'm not the biggest fan of the site. He's a heck of a writer, though. He does a good job. He has a way with words, but yeah, it's a tough thing. But at least some good has come out of the site. It is tough, though, because admittedly, it does feel like he does play, he is a little soft on Project Cars 2, when he could really just be blunt, unbiased. But I know it's like, yeah, like Slightly Mad Studios paid for him to have his ride, so it's like, I understand why he's soft on it, but there is no faulting that Project Cars 2, while it is a great improvement over Project Cars 1, it still has issues. It still has issues that need to be resolved. And I think part of what Pretend Race Cars did in its contributions to the sim racing community is it did play a role in helping improve Project Cars 2. So I think if Pretend Race Cars was willing and they were more critical on Project Cars 2, I think that would also help improve Project Cars 2. Just got your CSL Elite load cell pedals. Awesome. I really enjoyed mine when I was reviewing them. They were an excellent set of pedals. I wouldn't say Austin was the first one. I would have said Matt or Empty Box, but also there were things along the lines of like Darren and the Ben Cornette. And yeah, what do I think of Jimmy Broadbent raising money to buy himself a Mazda RX-7? Well, if his supporters are willing to contribute to having, to helping him get an RX-7, by all means, it's their choice, it's their money. I mean, that is where ultimately, if people are willing to raise money to help him buy an RX-7, then by all means. I mean, they helped him fix his MX-5, his Miata, but yeah, ultimately it comes down to that is, I mean, raising money to buy a car. That's pretty awesome if I say so myself, but yeah, I mean, through the end of this month, I'm raising money to help California fire victims, and I mean, there's no wrong answer, I think. Dr. Death, I don't think I've ever actually watched Matt Farah. Doug DeMuro, he's the solid YouTuber, I think. But I can't really speak for Matt Farah because I don't think I've watched him. I mean, Doug DeMuro is definitely not my first choice for someone to watch. I prefer other channels and other videos on YouTube. Not really big on the gossip video genre myself. Oh, Matt Farah's the Smoking Tire? Okay, yeah, I enjoy him. I just don't know that first name myself. But yeah, his videos are pretty darn good, I'll say that. Or wait, no. What? Doug DeMuro? I was thinking of someone else different. I was sorry. I was confusing names. I mean, there's so many names on YouTube. Doug DeMuro, he's okay. But yeah, I think the Smoking Tire is better in my opinion. One channel I really like is it's Engineering Explained. Talks about different car stuff. I like that channel. Oh, I forgot to do fuel, but hopefully I have enough. I just realized I forgot to put fuel in my tank. So, we'll have to see. Taking it easy at first corner. Oh, someone wrecked. Another spinner. We're okay, we're okay. Here we go. On the inside. Made a move. Can we make the pass on the outside? Can we make it stick? Here's the edge. We're side by side into the corner. Game of chicken and... Oh, I got bumped. I think he hit the curb and gone to me. It's a racing deal. No big deal. We're going. We have all 4 tires on our car. We're going to keep going. Oh, car in the wall. Come on. Make some room. I might open up the Essentials tab. No! No, no! I hit the wrong button. I'm looking on my display. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, my screen went black for a second. We're good. We're all right. We still... Oh, that was a scare. Thanks, David, for the sub. Thank you. Woo! Wait, are they going to go 3 wide into first corner? No, it looks like they're okay. This is live. Oh, the pitfalls of live streaming. Whoa, a little bit of oversteer on the throttle, which is surprising. Nearly had a heart attack. Oh, car's wide. Take advantage. Woo! This is the Seat Leon Euro Cup mod. Oh, someone got punted, I think. And there's a spin. Thread the needle, and boom! Oh, man, I'm sore. Yesterday, I went to the gym, and thank you, Brian, for subscribing. But, yeah, I went to the gym yesterday. It's the first time in, like, 2 months. And... yeah, you forget how out of shape you are until you go back to the gym. And I'm trying to work out more, get back in shape, but man, the weights, oh, my arms, they're burning a bit. Pisses me off that people quit that are at the back. They should get banned for 2 days for not completing. I agree they should be penalized. It's somewhat disappointing. This is a fun car, especially for front wheel drive. It handles great. This is Mugello. It's an Italian track, a lot of fun. Audi, VW, and Seat are basically same car, slightly different panels. Yeah, like for example, I was looking at I think it was the Audi A3, and then I said, oh, the Volkswagen GTI is essentially the same car. but you save a lot of money. So we're in 8th right now. Looks like we're closing up on 7th. We have a significant gap to 9th though, which is nice. Audi A3's A7R chassis. Oh, okay. Hey, Pustle, thank you very much. So can we close in? We're only about halfway through the race, okay. Little bit of engine over rev. Keep on shifting down too fast. Yeah, I think in Germany prices are different than in United States. I got my Mark 6 GTI pre-owned in 2015 for around $22,000. And that was the fully loaded Autobahn edition with navigation, Bluetooth, sunroof, black heated leather. So it was a great car, or is a great car, and I enjoy the heck out of it. It handles great. One of my friends, he used to own a Ducati motorcycle, and then the transmission seized up on him in the freeway and threw him off, and yeah, it was like a scary accident. Ooh, E63, nice. My grandmother, I think she has an E25 or she has an E-Class, base model E-Class though. Thank you, Shivanand. Thank you for subscribing. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce the last name. Once I get in better shape, I want to get myself a motorcycle because I have my motorcycle license, but I want to be in better shape before I start riding. I want to be responsible about it. I'm pushing, but I just can't reel in 7th. Which motorcycle have I considered getting? First, D42K, thank you for subscribing. So, I've considered getting something like a CBR. I think that would be a fun bike. Maybe a Harley Davidson Sportster. A lot of friends recommended that. Suzuki Gixxer. That could be a fun bike. Hey, Sebastian, thank you for joining in the stream. So we're staying around 1.2, 1.3 seconds behind this guy. One second. Whoa. I would like either a sport bike or a light cruiser. Something that's nimble. Oh, yellow flag? I don't know why. Triumph Daytona. Thank you, whoever just subscribed. I can't read it right now. GP bikes, I haven't tested it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. Come on. Starting to conserve fuel a little bit, I'm not sure. I don't know, Ron, but that would be kind of a jerk move. Thank you, Falk. I would likely not go above a 600cc bike for my first bike, though, because I want to live. I did not take a good line through there. I haven't done much Rallycross and Dirt Rally lately. Just haven't had the time to. I've done a little bit of BeamNG Drive, but it's, I never bought the full version though, yet. I want to later. Come on. Hey, Drannon, thank you for joining the stream and thank you for the kind words. Really means a lot. I'm 8/10ths back. Come on. Little wide. R6, lot of electronics. Yeah, there's so many different options available for motorcycles, and it's I learned to ride. It was on a Kawasaki 250. It was a motorcycle driving school I took part in, then I got my permit. 6 months later, I got my license. I just have never actually owned a motorcycle yet. Thank you to, Alovilla. Dang it, 9th place is closing now. And he's closing fast. He's a little wide. That's going to scrub off a little speed for him, I think. Let's see if we can apply a little bit of pressure. We're in the slipstream now. Thank you, 1971 Scott Joe. Thank you. In the grass, in the pressure. Don't outbrake ourselves. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. Come on, I pass him clean and he pulls that. Well, I guess that's karma. Thank you, Johnny, for the subscription. Thank you. The only downside is I just lost that spot, but better than losing 2 spots. Hey, Doc, how's it going? Yeah, that was a hard collision. I don't know if he just didn't expect me to slow up because of the understeer in the corner. But yeah, it was tough because I was on the inside line, so I couldn't carry my preferred line in there. So I had to keep it down, so it's like, boom. Hello, Singular. How's it going? Sorry about that scream, and that was just, that was tough. Oh yeah, Doctor, if you saw me getting spun, hopefully people didn't give you weird looks on the train. Oh, a little understeer there. I am in the Seat Leon Euro Cup. Or is it Leon or Leon or whatever? I don't know. Oh, he's wide, he's wide. He's in the kitty litter. And we're almost out of fuel. That's tough. I'm gonna try something. Oh no, we're out! We're out! Can we make it to the pit box? Oh no! Come on, come on, come on! We see it, we see it, we see it! This is Sim Racing System, yes it is! Come on, come on, come on! We have one shot to make it right. Oh, we made it! We made it to the pit stop! Come on, come on! Fill up, fill up, fill up! We're alive, though. It could have been a worse race. That's kind of what I get for just jumping in the race. But one thing I wish Assetto Corsa would do that I think Project Cars does well is it adjusts your fuel level, I think, correspondent to the length of the race. So for a qualifying session, you get less fuel. For race, you get more. I didn't realize it was the final lap. I thought it was just the leader on the final lap, but my bad. So let's see if we can find a server to hijack. Because there are so many empty servers in Assetto Corsa. Maybe let's do a fun goof-off server, just like Cruise. That was a tough break, though. I mean, that was a tough break. There wasn't really much I could have done there. Go figure. At least you saw I'm a pretty safe driver. When it matters, I should say. So let's see what there is going on. Maybe if we do a Nordschleife track day? Come on, don't freeze on me. Don't freeze on me. And looks like it might have frozen on me. There we go. Okay, server's up. Always same. Yeah. Anyone down for Nordschleife track day? That could be fun. Reminder to change fuel, that would be nice. So let's see what's open. McLaren, BMW. Thank you, Stone Cold Steve Austin, for subscribing. Might not be the real Stone Cold, but... So let's do road car track day. So I'm going to take the Corvette. So this is El Bandito's 24/7 Nordschleife track day tourist with road cars, if you guys want to join in. Let's just have some fun. Nordschleife, such a tricky track, but it's so much fun. In my eyes, in a sim, you should be completely responsible for your fuel. Peter. Supposed to be building a PC. Okay, guys, interesting twist regarding my last video. I think Darren has just filed a complaint against me. Darren has filed a privacy complaint. So, let's check something. 12:18 to 12:25. So, interesting twist, live breaking news. I just got an email from YouTube saying there is a privacy complaint filed against the video. Hey guys, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. So, they said 12:28. So Darren is trying to file, I guess, some sort of legal complaint against me? It's because I shared a picture that I was tagged in. Because I shared a video. Nope, it's not because of the email. It's because he tagged a... he was mad that I shared a video, or not video. So I have to respond to that. And, okay. I believe, though, because it was a picture that he tagged me in, or that I'm tagged in and was shared on my profile, I think I do have a legal claim to that image. Oh, wow. The, dang it. Display capture's back on. There we go. Should be interesting. So I'll just respond to that after the stream, but I believe I have a right to that image because it's an image of me. Granted, it's me and other people, but it's an image of me. It just cracks me up, though. That guy in the BMW is hounding me. And he pushed too hard and is in the wall. Tried a McLaren MP4 mod. I think I have before, but not recently. Yeah, it just kind of cracks me up how all this is going down. And I'll be honest, there were messages I didn't share. There were messages I didn't share because just the language in those videos were so bad. And it was just, no, I'm not wanting to like address that. And right now, he's just grasping at straws to try to stop me. William Harding, that's funny. And thank you, Felipe, for subscribing. The interior of this car definitely does look good, and I avoid the wall. But yeah, that's one thing that GM did right with this car. And it kind of cracks me up because a lot of people ask me, oh, are you a Ford guy or a Chevy guy? And it's like, both cars have some great models. I can't just pick one. Also, I like, this is the last thing I'll say about it. One thing that really hurt about the thing with Darren is after I left, when they remodeled Inside Sim Racing, they had the situation where they remodeled the site, put in a new logo. One thing that Darren slipped in when he remodeled the site was he removed me from all of the blog posts I wrote. So if you look at the old posts I wrote, about 400 of them, if you go on web.archive.org or .com or something like that, I used to be, all those posts were under my name. Now they're all under Darren's name. And that hurt. That really stung, because I poured my heart and soul into a lot of those, like, into my work, and then have that all usurped and essentially stolen. That was like, ouch. So it kind of cracked me up. In my video, people were like, I had never heard of you before. Who are you? And it's like, well, Darren made efforts to hide me. So that, yeah. Or yeah, Pixel Chaser, the issue is the copyright's under ISR, so it's, I don't know if there's copyright infringement because of that, because the copyright, it wasn't under William Marsh copyright, it was under Inside Sim Racing copyright. Yeah, I'm gonna write to YouTube, address the picture, and especially because it's a picture of me. It's a picture of me, so it's like, privacy complaint, I should be filing the complaint, because, or not really, I mean, like, yeah. Whoops. Just hit that BMR. But yeah, it's like, I'm done. I'm done addressing it for now. But yeah, so life goes on, right? Whoa, that's drift, Tokyo Drift. Oh. Darren is in the picture. I think it was a picture, it's either one I took or one that I think his wife took. But yeah, it's something where I'm gonna like counter claim or like just try to address it, and ow. Almost made it a lap, but made a dumb mistake there. But yeah, I mean, he has no, like, I don't think he has any right to an image either. But yeah, we'll address it. Yeah, Drayden, surprisingly, he's on his second wife. Well, it might be unsurprising he's on his second wife, but yeah. Sim Racing Girls, she's nice, but she's also taken, so respect that, guys. Also, she's like 5 years older than me, I think. 5 or 6 years older. Maybe gamer muscle light. Fortunately, it's not a lawsuit, it's just a YouTube complaint. Whoa! Is Jimmy Broadbent in the server? Is Jimmy Broadbent in the server? Funny, Nervosh, I'm gonna do the exact same thing after this stream. I just got the new Mario game, and my roommate and I are excited to try it out. Thanks, Sebastian, and I'm gonna be doing some more reviews shortly. I'm pushing back my review of GT Sport a couple days. I need to capture gameplay and set up my rig to capture gameplay, which that's a little time consuming. But I'll get that done shortly. Okay, that was a nice slide. But yeah, I'm excited for the new Mario. I played the demo a couple days ago at my local Best Buy, and it was fun. Thank you, subscriber. Yeah, I ended up pre-ordering through Best Buy because I'm part of Gamers Club, the Gamers Club. So I bought it for about 48 bucks. And then I just picked it up today after I did some work. Quick GT Sport review. One thing it's going to be an interesting thing, but I'm going to call it an Enigma title because I really, for a lot of reasons, it's almost like I'm supposed to hate it, but I find myself enjoying it. And I think it's because they've done a solid job refining the racing. The physics, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the physics in GT Sport. I'm not a fan that it's essentially like you have to have assists on for it to be drivable. I'm not a fan of some of the artificial stuff going on with the physics. I'm not a fan that there are so limited tracks. I'm not a fan of like removal of car customization. I'm not a fan of the removal of what mostly made Gran Turismo. But when it comes down to it, racing games are about the racing. And that, I feel, is what they're doing pretty well. Pustel, I'm guessing you're asking what wheel I'm using. I am playing with the Fanatic Club Sport wheel version 2.5. But yeah, so I like the racing in Gran Turismo Sport. I love that I've had some great races online with people. I've enjoyed that. I wish there was just more. And Dranon, you have a great night. But yeah, I just think Gran Turismo Sport, great framework. I just wanted more. Yeah, GT7. I'm excited for that because GT Sport, it's a lot of fun. And if they incorporate GT Sport elements, such as the FIA racing, like the online ranking system and everything, I think there's great potential. And then add in the car customization, add in more tracks, add in all of that. It should be awesome, I think. So how long have I been streaming? I've been live for 2.5 hours, so thanks, ProSim. So I think after I finish this lap, I'm gonna call the stream or call it a stream, or maybe I'll do one more lap. I'm not sure. I'm getting tired. Thank you, Nathan, for subscribing, and I got distracted. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna start over, do one hot lap, try to make a clean lap, and we'll see where to go. Yeah, it's interesting though, because I want to do another video talking about my history in sim racing and where I've come from. I alluded to it a little bit in my video, but yeah, I started in the PC side. I didn't get my first console until I was 11 years old, and then when I was 6, I got NASCAR Racing 1999 season, and before that, my racing game experience mainly was Monster Truck Madness for the PC. And then I got NASCAR Racing 1999 season from Papyrus, and I was like, whoa, this is awesome, this is great. Granted, I was only driving with a keyboard. I had no clue what the heck I was doing, but I enjoyed hitting the walls. I enjoyed having parts get damaged and then hearing the pit crew sawing off the parts, seeing the parts coming off, and driving around with a wounded car. I enjoyed the paint editor that was in it, which was nice. But yeah, and then after that, I didn't really have a clue of what I was looking for. And then, yeah, I played games like Monster Truck Madness 2, some of Kart Precision Racing. I think I tried the demo of GP Legends, or Grand Prix Legends, and I was like, oh man, it just, like, that knocked out my butt, because I only had a keyboard and I couldn't really do anything. And then, around 2004, as mentioned, I got a PlayStation 2, and then I got Need for Speed Underground 2, enjoyed that racing game, some NASCAR games, but I just felt they were kind of lacking compared to what I had played before. And then, my local family friend who had a music store, or not music store, a video rental store at the time, she held this racing game competition, and it was with Crash Team Racing. And I got second place in that competition. And as a prize, I could take any video game I wanted from the store. And I saw Gran Turismo 2. And I looked on the back, saw like the Nissan GTR Super GT car. It's like, ooh, that is pretty. I got the game, and then I was like, where has this been my whole life? I was like, where's this been? So after that, I bought a Mad Catz MC2 wheel, which is a piece of crap wheel, but I mean, like, it was better than a controller, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Then I got an Xbox with Forza Motorsport, and then around 2007, I saw at Best Buy, it was a 5-game box pack, and what really popped to my eye was this one title, NASCAR Sim Racing. And it was like, oh, that term sim racing, and figuring out what it was. And I decided, okay, I'll pick it up. It was 20 bucks. Why the heck not? I mean, at the very least, I'd also enjoy the hockey game. So I picked that up and got into that sim racing world through that title. So Gran Turismo opened my eyes, and then NASCAR sim racing was my gateway into the sim racing world. And I met a lot of people through that. I met a lot of friends. I got into the community. If you guys remember back in the day, there was Black Hole Motorsports, which was like the original race department, where all the downloads were hosted. You downloaded mods, skins, all of that there. Sadly, it's gone now, but it was a great hub back in the day. And I met a lot of friends there. That's how I first learned about Inside Sim Racing too. And enjoyed that, and just got plugged in, realized, wait, this Mad Catz wheel ain't gonna cut it. So you really had to, like, I got the Logitech Momo, then the Driving Force GT, then a G25, and moved my way up, got deeper into the sim racing world. I got R Factor, NASCAR Racing 03, GTR 2, GT Legends, Race 07, iRacing, Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2, yada yada, and here I am. And Luke Ohagi, what I would recommend is put yourself out there, because for a while, it's so easy to psych yourself out. It's so easy to just think, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, what's stopping you from doing it today? What's stopping you from loading up OBS Broadcaster, getting your microphone and your webcam set up right now and doing the live stream? What's stopping you? And if it's like your nerves, the nerves are always the worst before you get started. Once you get started, once you get it set up, once you're streaming, once you're live, it's a good way to get started. And then just start making content, start making videos, start with things you enjoy, start with your favorite title and your favorite car at your favorite track. Do a video of you driving on that and tell people why you like that car, why you like that track, why you like that sim. And that's a great way to start. Get your name out there. My first ever video I put out on this channel was a video talking about my favorite sim, R Factor 2, and talking about where I see it, what direction I see it going. And that turned into just growing into more videos, making more content, doing previews, doing reviews. But realistically, you just have to start from square one. Just get started. Just get yourself out there. Pseudo soul. Yeah, bandwidth, that's a... Oh man, that's a killer. I mean, it's so frustrating because I hear about friends out of state. They have, like, I think they've even had like 100 megabit per second upload speed. And I'm at 10 megabit. So for live streaming, I don't have much overhead for my streams. For example, if my mom's working on something, uploads assignment or uploads work, if my roommate needs to upload something for work, my internet, like, it can get congested quickly. And it's frustrating. Comcast, it has 200 megabit per second download speed, but only 10 up. And it's like, really? Nothing, like, no way you can make it faster? So, yeah, you do need good internet connection. I will say that. Yeah, Sebastian, that can be tough. But yeah, okay, random question for you guys. Would you guys ever be interested if I did a live stream talking about Euro Truck Simulator? I know it's not sim racing, but I think it's a fun title. Could be fun to showcase. So what are your thoughts on that? Would you guys be interested in me possibly doing a title or like a live stream covering Euro Truck Simulator and just talking and just having a good time? All right, Lavelle Leap, thank you very much. Do a monthly Euro Truck, American Truck Sim? Yeah, I could try looking into that. I'm mad because I forgot to do the Humble Bundle that had ATS in it. But yeah, it would be interesting to do ATS because that's California. I live in California. I know some of the geography of California, so maybe see how authentic it is. So maybe I'll do a look at that later, but let's see. We're 4th fastest. 5th fastest. So, guys, I'm tired. I'm tired because I had to work earlier. I had to, I was helping a guy with insurance and everything. So, yeah, I can see about that. And also I want to do maybe like I did a first stream talking about the Project Cars 2 career. So I might need to do a part 2 on that soon and see how that goes. But yeah, for now, oh, I'm tired. But yeah, I'm helping the guy install his home theater system and everything, and helped him get a new TV and everything. All right, so it's like, yeah, I'm ready for rest. 4 o'clock, maybe a beer. And then playing some Mario. So guys, I'm gonna call it now, but thank you everyone for your support. Thank you guys for just like having fun with me in this stream, and looking forward to doing more. And for now, I'm gonna call it a night, and you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you're at.